in the land between the lakes. And right now we're on our way to this little Civil War cemetery. There are cemeteries everywhere in Tennessee. Lots of tiny little hidden ones, family plots. Actually, in Tennessee, I think it might be the only state. If it's not the only state, it's one of few where you can bury your family, oh shit, in your own yard. This road is pretty rough. Glad to have a Jeep. Anyway, so like one of our neighbors has a little plot where he has like 4 members of his family buried on his property. And I don't know, I think that's pretty interesting. I didn't realize that you couldn't do that in other states. So, yeah, I don't know. Just a little fun fact for you. So, a few years ago, there were these crazy tornadoes that came through. And they actually decimated this little town in Kentucky called Mayfield. And then it came right through this area. And you can see like all of the trees that have fell because of the tornadoes coming through here. It's pretty wild. This place used to be very thick and full, just like other areas of the park. But even now, like, you can see all the way to the lake, and used to not be able to see that much. So here we are at the Civil War cemetery now. There's only 5 graves on this one. Obviously, maybe not obviously, but they are all Confederate soldiers. And each of these graves has like coins left here. And I don't know if that's, I don't exactly know the purpose of that, but they all have some. Even the unknown soldier that's over here. Unknown. All right, let's go see what else we can find out here. So I just pulled over to this little spot here. Hang on, let me flip the camera and show you. So this, there used to be a home here. As you can see, got steps that would have led up to the front door. Got a flat platform right there. Support beams all over the place. You see that one in the corner? I don't know. What do you think? Should we step on them? Probably not recommended for historical value. But yeah, you can see a corner piece there. You see more of the foundation going back that way. That flat piece right there. That corner right there looks like it fell over. But yeah, someone used to live here. So, Kentucky Lake, which is the lake that's right next to the park, is a man-made lake, and people obviously used to live in these lands, and a lot of those people wanted to be left alone, and they didn't trust government, police, anybody like that. And so when people would come around to try to warn them, they would often, you know, hide out in the woods, or probably threaten them to get off their property. And so a lot of people actually died because they didn't leave. Just checking out this trail to see if I could drive through it, and yeah, I don't think so. This is what those boys with jacked up trucks should be doing, is driving over fallen trees. But instead they're just driving through town. Let's go see if there's anything worth seeing. Who's the genius who wore jeans to go hiking? Oh, All right, so just leads down to this little stream, which is actually flowing pretty good. All right, so looks like that's where the path ends. So I'm gonna get back to the car and scope out some other things. I'm trying to get to this area called the Devil's Backbone. It's part of a larger trail, but curious to see what that looks like. Maybe find some sort of signage on how it got its name. All right, so here we are at the trail map. We are right here, and the Devil's Backbone is here. Let's see, there's half a mile. Okay, so 1 mile to the trail, and then looks like it's 1.6 miles long. All right, I'm gonna grab the map out of the car just in case. Water's not available on the trails. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my bag with some water and the map, and we're gonna head out. Woo! Boy, you're gonna need a bath after today. Man. All right, all ready to go. Starting out on number 3. We're gonna hit 4, and then once we hit 5, that's when we'll be at the Devil's Backbone Trail. Seriously, who picks jeans? What a dummy. Starting to rain just a little bit, so I might not film too much of the walkout, but I definitely will pull out the camera if I see anything interesting. Until then, just hoping that it stays a drizzle, because even though I have my rain jacket in the car, I didn't bring it. So making smart move after smart move today, wearing jeans, no rain jacket. At least I have water. Kind of looks like a moose. All right, so this signals that we made it about a half mile in already. Already stripped one layer. I do have basketball shorts in my backpack that if these jeans get too hot, I will be switching into. But yeah, so we are officially on the Devil's Backbone Trail now. Let's see what it has to offer. I know it's spring, but something about this trail and the weather that we're having, it feels very much like fall. Like I feel it's like spooky vibes, you know? Like I'm not scared, but that's just kind of like the ambiance is like it's fall and the veil is thinning between this world and the next. Maybe it's because this is like where a bunch of Civil War stuff happened, and there's like a million little cemeteries all around here. But I don't usually get this feeling. Not even at Fort Donelson, which was, it's like a concentrated area of Civil War battleground, where this one is more widespread. Yeah. Trail called the Devil's Backbone, feeling kind of spooky. I think the cloud coverage really did it too. Lots of fallen trees with like crazy looking roots sticking up. I don't know. Maybe I'll see something. You'll be the first to know. Spooky. Okie dokie. Okay, so we have come to the end of the Devil's Backbone Trail. That was the bridge I was just on, but leads to trail number 7, which just keeps going that way. We're gonna hop on to 18 here, which will lead us down the artillery trail back to where I parked the car. So here we go. Look at this crazy little pile of moths that we're about to come up on. Oh, they're all swarming some poop. Oh, that's nice. Sorry to disturb your lunch, guys. Yuck. Well, it's starting to rain again. Earlier it was just a little drizzle. It went away pretty much as soon as it began, so I'm hoping that this one does the same. The little gap between the two trails is only supposed to be about 0.2 miles, and then it switched from blue trail markers to yellow trail markers, and I've definitely walked more than 0.2 miles. I haven't seen any yellow trail markers, but I've stayed on the trail, so I'm sure we're going in the right direction, but just a little odd. Still got spooky vibes going out here. What the? Oh, that was a tree. Spooking myself. Alright. No ghost sightings just yet, but we still have about 1.5 miles to go to get back to the trailhead. So we're still walking. Come to a pretty cool little spot. Getting closer to where the stream runs. The stream is not running right now. Probably will be after today though. Supposed to get some severe weather coming in tonight. Last I checked, it should be starting around 9 o'clock at night. And then Monday is supposed to be a pretty severe kind of day. But yeah, today we are enjoying the good weather while it lasts. And just coming out to appreciate all the sights and spookiness that this trail has to offer us. I'm not sure how much longer I have left in this trail. I feel like I've been walking for a long time on this part of the trail, but you know, maybe I'm in the Twilight Zone and it's just never ending. But all right, I'll update you again pretty soon. Okay, I think I've come to a bit of a conclusion that I am currently on the Devil's Backbone Trail. I have not made it to the artillery trail because I just happened to come across some service, and I checked my map, and I'm facing the opposite direction of where my car is. And if I were on the artillery trail, I would be facing the correct way. So yeah, just a little miscalculation on my part, but it is good to know that I am at least on the trail that I'm supposed to be on. And that also makes a lot of sense because I keep seeing these blue trail markers. I haven't seen one yellow yet, so I have been out here for a while. I know it just seems like a few seconds to you, but yeah, I've been on this trail for a little while. I started at like 3, and it's definitely past 4 now, so yeah, but I'll keep you updated. You know, we're on the Devil's Backbone. Maybe that's why it's called the Devil's Backbone, because it's hell to get off of. I just took a bit of a breather there. Now we're back to it. We're not messing around. I wonder if I'll ever see my car again. All right, so this is officially the end of the Devil's Backbone Trail. We're at marker 19 here. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the map picture that I have of the trail and figure out which way I should go, because this is 19, but that's also 19. So, you ever see that movie The Ritual? It's about those guys who go hiking. A leaf just moved, scared the crap out of me because I'm talking about a scary movie. Anyway, it's about these guys who go hiking in Sweden. And anyway, there's this scene where one of the guys goes up to the top of the hill, and all you can see is these lines of trees as far as the eye can see. And then he sees basically like a hand move off of one of the trees as if somebody's hiding behind it. Ooh, so spooky. Anyway, this is the vibes I'm picking up from over here. We've got our first yellow trail marker over there. So, officially on the artillery trail. Thinking about maybe a milkshake or a Coke and some Amish jerky from Piggly Wiggly, or a coffee and a muffin from the little coffee shop just outside of the park. They all sound pretty good. Milkshake's sounding the best to me right now. Maybe like a milkshake and some fries. You know, throw a burger in there too. Why not? We've been walking forever. Not really. It's only been like 2 miles. But we did it in jeans. So we're gonna double that. And it's jean miles are extra. It's been 4 miles. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. So the trail is getting a little prettier, a little less spooky. It's gotten wider, a lot more pretty shade. Things are looking up. I will say, figuring out that I was still just on the same trail definitely gave me a little bit of an energy boost, because I thought I was just wandering aimlessly. But figuring out where I am definitely put a little pep in my step. All right, so got in another little spot where I had some service, so I checked the map just to see how far away from the car we are. It looks like I have about 26 more minutes of walking. I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather here because I've been booking it. But man, this side of the trail, the artillery trail, has been so much nicer and prettier. And I mean, the sunset setting on this side might have something to do with that, but just being able to see down into the hollers has been really nice. I'm a little higher elevated over here, so there's more of a breeze, which is also really nice. It's also a lot less windy than the Devil's Backbone, which I think that's probably why they call it the Devil's Backbone, because it's crooked like the devil. Anyway, 26 more minutes and we'll be back in the car. According to my maps, I left the car about 2 hours ago, so yeah, we're moving at an okay pace. Okay, we're about 15 minutes away from the car. I shed my top, put it over my shoulders so it won't chafe from the straps. And I'm really thinking about a cheeseburger and a milkshake at this point. Also thinking about getting out of these jeans and boots. A lot of strange noises out in the wilderness. Hungry, I'm tired, and I'm excited to get back to the car and get on the road. It's a good day though. A lot of fun, just getting tired. Probably update you when I get back to the car. Okay, so officially made it back to the Jeep. Now it's time to ditch the boots and the jeans, get into some shorts, and go find something to eat. Time to find some food, and then I'm off to go take a shower immediately when I get home.